Goodbye, Hump Day. Good welcome in Friday Eve, the day when y'all finalize your weekend plans, work on a plan that's going to get you off work early without it looking like you're just leaving early. I know that's what you do. Good Thursday morning. We thank those who have listened to us every weekday morning, to those who have had a taste of pure, unadulterated, live and local real talk. That would be us. Your views are welcome. Just be respectful. Don't get personal with us, and don't try to convince me to see things the way you see them, because sometimes I have tunnel vision. I'm Rayford Brown, and I haven't rested a lot since last we were together. I did take a shower, use some soap this time to make sure yesterday's stink has gone away. You're looking weird.
Well,
our special number for this day now, write this down. You might forget it. 910-333-0139. That's our number for today. 910-333-0139. Ring us up. Tell us a funny joke or two. Tickle my funny bone. Just make sure you don't get to the punchline too fast, because we're a little bit slow. And who are you?
Good morning. I'm glad I could get a word in edgewise, and I'm so grateful you took a shower. We're good.
Yep.
I'm Lee Barrows, and welcome one and all. And please help me call in.
Yeah, please help you call in.
Yes.
Please help you call in. All you got to do is pick up the phone.
Please help me. Please call.
Yeah. And Chris is out today. He's taking care of the wounded, the victim of the invasion of the squirrel. What?
Invasion of the squirrel.
Yeah, it was had a squirrel attack a couple of weeks back, and his wife is recovering.
I just want to know when she went down, did she yell squirrel?
I want to know if she said, "Get me my gun."
Shoo, yeah. Please be careful when you go out.
She's a Marine.
Yeah, well, Marines fall too. But
I mean, first thing you think about, you got to get your gun, right?
Right.
If you're a Marine.
Definitely.
What's first? Gun.
I know the other night something hit the house hard. I don't know what it was. I have looked everywhere. Cannot find anything.
You shot 6 holes in the side of your house trying to get to it.
It was like early in the morning, like early, like 1, 2. The dogs jumped up. I jumped up.
Oh, my.
And grabbed my gun, of course, just in case, had it close by. I checked my security cameras, nothing. I went out the next day when it was light, nothing. I mean, why do weird things happen?
Yeah.
Wake you up in the dead middle of the night. Anyway, so I guess the big question is, and we'll talk about it when we get to weather, a lot of hype about the possibility we may get a little bit of wintry weather Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening.
Oh, you said that about today earlier.
Yeah, well, it changes every day. It changes. We're talking Wednesday, Thursday, but no, it's just going to get cold tonight. But it's been a lot of hype about it. A lot of meteorologists on social media.
Oh,
meteorologists on television.
You believe those guys?
Well, I pulled up the National Weather Service, and I'll tell you what they have to say.
We'll
today.
do that in a few minutes.
But we have a couple more days to go, so everything could change. We could have 60s. Change.
Well, this morning when I got up in here, it was 37 degrees.
37?
And now it's 39. So right. It's changing. Normally, as we approach the sun coming up,
right,
the temperature drops a little bit,
right,
but for the last few days it's been going up the closer we get to the sun coming up. So it's weird. Weather is weird.
It's what we said before. It's radiational cooling in the morning.
They both start with a W, so we'll see what's going on. Hope y'all are doing fine. Like I say, it is Thursday. We're pretty close to the weekend.
Yes. One more day. And we have
what a mess.
Chris Miller will be calling in today, our favorite sports editor.
And I won't be able to do it because our Chris on this end is like, I'll never get it done.
I don't know. That's
so we may have to have him
I can get.
Do it. I got to record it.
You should.
I'll record it. So in case he's not here, we can.
Lots of bubbles.
Yep.
Yes.
A lot of harsh words coming from the mayor of Minneapolis and the state's governor, Tim Walz, aimed at the federal law enforcement agents who are rounding up illegal, I want y'all to remember that word, illegal aliens, preparing them to be shipped back to where they came from. But Governor Walz and Mayor Fry, is it Free or Fry? Fry must be like the other Democrats who blasted the feds as well as President Trump for sending swarms of ICE officers into the state where the illegals, supported by confused citizens, turned on the agents.
Yes, they did.
Interesting that the press conferences, seemingly nonstop, have not mentioned even once that fellow Minnesotans, 3 of them, are the slain victims of illegal aliens.
You are correct.
Wonder how their families feel about those illegals up there. Wonder if they're out there protesting the roundup of these illegals. No news conferences decrying the presence of illegals. No tributes to those who were murdered. I said murdered.
Right.
These were in wrecks.
Absolutely.
But let a 37-year-old woman, part of a group of fellow Minnesotans who have dedicated their daily lives to illegally alert known illegals when ICE agents were getting close to them, honking horns, blowing whistles. The illegals fled, got out of sight, temporarily avoiding the agents. But you're going to pay the preacher sooner or later. Then a week ago, while doing just that, the woman was ordered out of her car that was blocking an ice-covered road, then drove her car towards one agent, refusing to get out of the car, refusing to stop, striking him. He opened fire on the woman driver. She was struck and killed by at least one bullet. And the likes of the mayor and governor stirring up round-the-clock interference, trying to keep the agents from doing their jobs. That was their mission. All should be rounded up and housed under circus tents inside a razor wire until ICE has finished its work in Minnesota. All of these people who are protesting, round them up, get the biggest Ringling Brothers circus tent that you can find and put razor wire around it.
Well,
and let them stay there until ICE has finished its mission.
Well, did you see at the federal building where ICE is working out of in Minneapolis?
Yeah.
They've been putting up barriers now. They've put up big concrete barriers
and
a chain link.
Former Navy SEAL and GOP U.S. Senate candidate in Minnesota, Adam Shores, told reporters that Governor Walz, his words, Governor Walz, Lieutenant Governor Flanagan, and the rest of the Minnesota leaders have forgotten what it means to be an American or a Minnesotan. That pretty much sums it up, doesn't it?
Yes.
But I remain firm on my thoughts that all of this hullabaloo is nothing more than a manufactured smokescreen to divert the attention and publicity away from the $9 billion fraud scheme that has a lot of federal investigators diligently searching to find the culprits at all levels in Minnesota. And no, it is not all of them are not Somalis. Okay?
Right.
Somebody at the top had to approve this.
Right.
Both at the federal level and at the state level. Somebody in the government had to approve these funds to be delivered to a non-existent organization. Organization was there, but it was anything but organized, except the same way the mafia is organized. Organized crime at any definition. Overnight in Minneapolis, as idiots continue their antics, an ICE agent stopped a car with a suspected illegal inside. During the stop, a Venezuelan illegal alien jumped from the car, took off running. He and or others inside that home that he ran into came out and attacked the agent with a shovel.
Yeah.
During the assault, during the attack on the agent, he fired his weapon. It struck the Venezuelan in the leg. It's not critical.
He's gonna live.
The man ran into a house, barricaded himself again. After a brief standoff, he surrendered and was taken to the hospital. And he's in custody. The agent was taken to the hospital for treatment of his injuries.
And thus it started a whole new round of protests last night. People had gotten crazy.
When it's as cold as it is in Minneapolis, a little water sprayed straight up into the air from a 2.5-inch fire hose. Let it rain down on them. It probably would come down as freezing rain, as cold as it gets there. Some interesting comments from Renee Good's ex-father-in-law.
Saw that.
The father of her husband who died in 2023. Renee Good, of course, is the lady who was killed shot to death by an ICE agent a week ago. Talking with CNN, I think they had figured something else was going to come out of this interview. Timmy Macklin said he does not blame ICE for his ex-daughter-in-law's death. He said it was a hard situation and some bad choices were made. Macklin added that not only does ICE, even though an ICE agent fired the fatal shot, he blames no one. He added, I just wish that, if we're walking in the Spirit of God, I don't think she would have been there. That's the way I look at it. In other words, if Good had been doing what she should have been doing, she would not have been involved in the confrontation that led to her death. Macklin remembered Good as, and in case you're thinking this is an ex-father-in-law, his son is dead. I don't know why. I didn't follow that. I don't know, a couple of 3 years ago. But he would be bitter with her, right? He's not.
Right.
He remembers her as an amazing person and a good mother who was full of life. But she was doing wrong.
It was a very good
it was
interview with him.
But then with typical obnoxious television anchor material, Erin Burnett.
Oh, Erin.
She kept pushing, seeking a response that she could sink her teeth into. She asked a loaded question, figuring for sure it would happen. Asked Macklin if he thought the shooting that left his ex-daughter-in-law dead was justified. His response, precious. He said simply that he was not blaming anybody. Not satisfied, CNN anchor Burnett pressed him for his opinion even more. I'm not blaming anybody. He said he watched the witness cell phone video from an angle that shows Good's vehicle striking the ICE agent. I watched the video, he said. I saw her car strike the agent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now's your chance, folks, and y'all know who you are. He said he was watching the video, two-dimensional video, of course, from an angle. Everybody's going to look at this one little from an angle.
Right.
Straight on is an angle. You know that, right?
Right.
Off to the side is an angle. But two-dimensional video does not change the position, appearance of two objects on that video. They will always appear to be the same. They will be the same.
Do you know, medical information on that ICE agent, and he had some internal bleeding from being struck.
Yeah, it was not a glancing blow.
Yeah. The whole thing is sad. It didn't have to happen.
Nope.
And I think the governor and especially the mayor, if you want to put out a message about people protesting, your message should be, if you feel the need to protest, but do it peacefully. Stay out of the way. Do not interfere with their actions. Record if you want to, but stay out of the way and be respectful. But no, they get out there within 10 minutes after the shooting that happened last night.
Yeah, another one.
They started converging on the scene. It got so out of hand, they were having to do flashbangs and tear gas to control the crazy people. I mean,
the shooting was there, and was it justified? Absolutely.
Yeah, you come at me with a shovel on a broomstick.
He missed. His agent shot him in the leg. He missed, but getting hit with a shovel will kind of throw you off a little bit.
Well, they do this one interview. Now, you tell me what is wrong with this. They did this one interview with a woman named Karen. She was a nurse. No, her real name, Karen. And by the way, that's been changed now. We don't say Karen anymore. I think it's Jessica or something. But anyway.
Really?
Yeah. I'll have to. There's a new name now.
As long as it's not Stephanie.
Anyway, Karen, a Minneapolis nurse, was being interviewed by NPR, and she said she feared for her safety, and it was her first time at a protest against ICE. Okay.
And why were you there?
Why were you there if you fear for your safety? Why were you there? There are other ways to protest, like get a petition, contact your congressman or your senator, do things like that. But to stand out in the street and walk up to an ICE agent and you're within 12 inches of his face and to promptly display the middle finger and yell in that agent's face to F off, get out of here. We don't want you. You're scum.
Asking for trouble, and you better be happy that those guys are as controlled
Is
as
that
they
protesting? Is that protesting? Do you consider that protesting?
That's showing your ignorance.
I agree. I agree.
Guess what I saw?
What did you
I
see?
saw some clips from CNN from 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
A crew, including a reporter, were embedded with an ICE takedown team in Chicago.
Oh.
They had 6 targets at that time, known illegals who were, for the most part, known criminals as well as being illegals. The story shows the ICE operation that began several hours before the sun came up. You understand, when you do raids, drug raids, or anything else, if you go in before dawn, that's the time when most people are passed out and they are in their deadest moments of sleep. Yeah. They don't pose as much of a threat to you. You can get in, get them under control before they wake up good.
Like what happened in Ohio.
Done according to the ICE agent, who also served as the spokesman for the agency on the raid, because it was safer for the agents to be able to surprise sleeping bad guys. After grabbing the third person of the day, the agent's spokesman told the reporter that the man is his words, is a criminal, has an extensive criminal history, and by taking him out of the community, it's making the community safer, and that's ICE's purpose. Not the kind of report, though. The stories are the same. That's not the kind of report we hear today, right? The stories are the same, except for the protests that are happening. There were no protests to the ICE agents doing their job back then. They were taking illegals off the streets just like they're doing now.
Right.
And the fact that Donald Trump was not the president, it was Barack Obama.
Right.
In 2016 when this was going down.
You just didn't hear about it.
I've told you before. I pointed out what the differences are from previous other operations and this operation. There's one person, one thing. It's who the president is right now. And there are people that are protesting that any way they can. They will look for any excuse. If the man starts wearing pink shoelaces, they're going to have protests against pink shoelaces.
I'm telling
you.
It
will be in the streets protesting anybody wearing pink shoelaces.
And every single story that comes out, you may see it on a news outlet. They're showing their take, their perspective. They're showing what they believe. And it gets people riled up and people start criticizing and they start. And I'm like, all these protests, all this stuff that we're having right now, do you think that had it not been incited by the governor and the mayor, that we wouldn't be having all this right now? Let the ICE agents go do their stuff, but you have somebody takes a video of an ICE agents outside at a school. This whole thing about they were going inside and ripping people out of the building. No, they weren't. It was after school hours. They were after one particular person, and they met him on the schoolyard. They did not go in there to disrupt class and put kids in danger. But see, you have a news outlet that puts something out, and it leads people to already speculate and start. I'm just so tired of it. I'm tired of arguing with people. I'm tired of it.
Why would you, as a legitimate news operation or organization, want to stir up trouble? Or would you're after, you think you're going to be the first on the scene so you can break the news before it goes down, and you show a SWAT team, or you show ICE agents, or you show a narcotics operation, a team getting ready to take down the bad guy? Do you think that's going to lead them and put them in a good light? There have been cases at nighttime where some of these news organizations, I don't think they have a brain in their head, the people on the scene sometimes. No. They're after the big story. So they crank up these big bright lights, standing behind the officers, standing out on the street, and they light up the scene with a bright light. They light up the agents that are getting ready to raid a place. That is going over TV, over the people who are watching TV on the inside of the house.
Yes.
They can see it.
Of course.
Their buddies down the street can see it. Everybody else, and they all get on the phone and call.
Well, one of our listeners agreed with you. They're not protesting ICE. They're protesting Trump.
And I'm not a Trump person. I'm not a deranged, what is that thing? Trump derangement syndrome. I don't have it.
TDS.
I do not have it. I would vote for the devil before I would vote for Kamala Harris. Okay? Seriously. Well, she was a female devil in disguise, and y'all just didn't even figure it out, those who voted for it. Sorry.
Like
that's history.
A week into it now?
Yeah, so whatever.
Hopefully it'll slow down soon if people get cold and tired and go home.
Marine Outlook's got a mixed bag of stuff we're dealing with right now because you get stuff going one way and then the other. A strong cold fronts pushing across the area waters today out there. Another low pressure system and associated cold front. Ooh. There's a joke about, well, nothing, witches and cold front. Moves through the weekend. Today, offshore out to 20 nautical miles. Northwesterly winds 15 to 20 knots with gusts up to 25. Seas 5 to 7 feet every 6 seconds, except 3 to 5 feet near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy. Fishing the rivers and creeks today. A little rain may come your way, and it's going to get cold. Friday, northwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming southwesterly in the afternoon, 3 to 5 footers, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. And on Saturday, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts up to 25, seas 4 to 6, except 3 to 5 near shore. Sounds and rivers are choppy.
Today, partly sunny, then gradually becoming sunny with a high near 44. Northwest wind 8 to 15 miles per hour with a gust as high as 23. Tonight, clear with a low around 21. Friday, sunny with a high near 49. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 64. Sunday, the day in question, still have to wait. Sunday, rain likely before 1 p.m., then a chance of rain and snow, mostly cloudy with a high near 44. Chance of precipitation is 60%. Don't get crazy now. Go out and buy the bread and milk.
High is going to be 44. So it's going to be high, and it's going to be rainy with a high of temperatures of 44. And the rain's going to stop. Temperatures are supposed to start to fall, and then it's going to start snowing.
No. Rain likely before 1 p.m., then a chance of rain and snow. Mostly cloudy with a high near 44, so it will warm up. Now, Sunday night is supposed to get down to 19, so there is a possibility, unless it dries out, that you may have a little bit of ice on the road Monday morning. But
or it's on your deck. Stay off your deck early morning.
No
Wait for
the squirrels.
Squirrels are not coming out. They're going to stay home until it warms up.
And the thing about it is, don't get excited, because I know first of the week it was talking about flurries Wednesday, then flurries Thursday. Now we're talking about Sunday, and there is a low pressure system, as Rayford said, that is to form off the coast over the weekend. We may get nothing at all. It all depends on very many factors involved in this. So, but I will be making bread next couple of days, and just kidding.
Let's see. Was it Ken making bread this morning?
He was making sourdough
this morning, right?
Yes,
early
sourdough.
5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning.
Sourdough English muffins.
That's what it was.
See, I've not tried that yet.
That's only next, Ken. 4 miles from here.
Ken has cost me a lot of money.
He could have brought some over here. Anyway, from our weather spotters around the communities. Here, the amateur radio guys who get up nice and early in the mornings. Our Lee out there in the back swamp area, he had 43 degrees, 96% humidity. Winds they kicked up a little bit, 5 miles per hour out of the south-southwest. Nothing in his rain gauge. Joe down in Swantsboro, he had 45 degrees at 5:30-ish, 89% humidity, light winds, 29.43 in the barometric pressure, and see, did he have some rain? He had nothing in the rain gauge. Randy, who's been a little bit under the weather for a day or so, he's back in action now, and he's on the right frequency. 43 degrees in southwest, 92% humidity. He had winds out of the southwest at 1.1 miles per hour at the time, and had 0.02 inches of rain. I didn't get any rain here yesterday.
I did not get either.
So anyway, Dale and Carol, who are up the river around the bend, they had 42 degrees this morning, 95% humidity, no wind, and 0.01 inch in the rain gauge. Ward, like we're just talking about Ward. No, we were talking about Ken Ward over in Cedar Point. He got a warm spot, 47 degrees. Winds are coming out of the southwest, and they're about 5 miles per hour. 85% humidity, 0.06 inches in the rain gauge. Ken, over in Onslow Bay, where we're talking about, that's off Rocky Run Road.
Yes.
Jeff's down here off Piney Green Road. He had 45 degrees, 82% humidity, a trace of precipitation. It would be rain. And he had a bunch of sourdough muffins.
When I say that he's cost me a lot of money, it's because when he started talking about making sourdough bread, it got me into it. And of course, I had to go out and buy the special tools and the special bowls and the thing you cook it in, which was not necessary, but you get hooked.
Yep.
You get so hooked on it.
Craig over in Richlands, he left Richlands. It was 44 degrees, and he's headed for work in his four-wheel drive vehicle this morning. And Lee here, for speaking up, in the Woodlands, it was 41 at that time, and 90% humidity, no wind, and nothing in her rain gauge. Here at the studio, it was 37 when I got in this morning. It went to 38. It's now 39 and still climbing, 97% humidity. Now it's up to 99% humidity, no wind. And now we got winds out of the southwest at about 2 miles per hour and nothing in the rain gauge. Now, I switched over to another band this morning, and I chatted with a guy up there. He's in Massachusetts. He's a net control for a weather operation they have over there for the northeastern part of the U.S. He's doing the high frequency, long range comms. So I checked in with him this morning, and there in near Worcester, Massachusetts, he had 36 degrees.
Wow.
Light wind. Patchy snow throughout the Northeast. Up in Maine, I was listening to the guy there. He had some patchy snow left over, nothing that was happening at the time. So that's a look at your weather around the region and beyond.
Oh, shoot. I put the wrong Tim down here. Oh, wrong person. Tom was just saying that he made some pineapple juice last night.
Oh, did he?
Oh, no, a pineapple juice pie. Anyway, so I asked him, I said, do you, if you're making it from a fresh pineapple, do you save the top, the leaves? Because you can take that and plant that and grow your own pineapple plants. As witness
years, but
that, yes, Robbie has done quite a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
I have one that I did last year. It's growing nice. It'll take a while for it to produce anything.
But they're just so much fun.
Years.
There's a female cardinal out there on the fence, the gate.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Cardinal.
Anyway.
You chased a squirrel away.
Yeah. The pineapples are fun to grow. It's just a pretty plant, if nothing else. And when you do, and you see that little fruit start, and it forms a little tiny thing down at the bottom, and it works its way up into a nice, juicy. And if you,
I love fresh pineapple.
These are not like the store-bought stuff because you don't pull them when they're green. Mm-hmm. Store-bought stuff, I go into the store and I will pick the one that's closest to got some yellow going on it.
Right.
Because this is picked when it was green and shipped in, right? And then it sits in coolers and then it slowly does things. Mm-hmm. And they don't get as sweet as those that ripen on the vine, like tomatoes.
Right.
And those green tomatoes that come in, they let them ripen. But they are never as sweet as vine ripened tomatoes. So just let that thing get yellow. Don't let it get too far beyond when it's solid yellow, orange, and then you can cut it. And when you get it inside, rub the skin just a little bit, and when you can smell it, when you can smell that pineapple, then go ahead and cut it. You're good to go. I let it set up for a couple of days always. Same way I do with watermelons when I buy them from the big box stores. I have to get them from here.
Right.
I take them. I'll pick the best one because of the most yellow on the bottom.
Right.
The one that's got just a little patch. No, just wait.
It's got that mark on the bottom.
I pick the best one in the box, and then I take that home and I let it sit there on the counter for 3 days at least.
Well, you talk about that pineapple. I like to get the fresh pineapple, cut it up, and you put it in a bowl, and then take some out. Maybe add some cottage cheese with it, No, Rayford, it's good.
Don't want to add anything to
Oh,
it.
just because you don't like it, doesn't mean it's wrong.
But for me, I just don't want it. I eat the other stuff. I
You
just
would eat-
love it just straight up.
He said he used juice from canned pineapple because he dehydrated the pineapple to make candy, which he does a lot of that.
Oh,
He does a lot.
That's good too.
He dehydrates a lot of. Didn't you, Tom? Didn't you
Pineapple
dehydrate ice cream at one time?
What?
Yeah, I don't know how it's done, but
He needs to call and tell us.
I know. But he
Bananas are
will
good,
come with
Don.
a bag of candy with fruits and all sorts of stuff that he's dehydrated.
Come where?
What?
Where does it come
Well,
from?
you see, like when we go to meetings or something like that.
Well, wait a minute. He
Yes.
can come here for a meeting.
Yeah,
We got
Tom,
two
you
people
come in
here.
and bring some of that candy in with you. Tell us how you do it.
We want to test it.
He raises honeybees too.
Oh, good. Don't bring them in.
No, bring the honey.
You bring all the honey that you want.
I think I read the other last week or so. All those bees disappeared. What happened, Tom? Did they come back? He's just a farmer.
If something isn't going your way, let me check something here first.
Yeah, they're working.
All our telephones were down in the area yesterday, all over the region. The Verizon had a meltdown, but not all Verizon phones were down. Phones in the same family that were all with the
Right.
same account and everything else, one was down, one was not. And it didn't happen just in Jacksonville. It happened in a lot of areas. So I don't know whether, I'm assuming they got it back up. I don't have a clue yet. And I've just checked my report too. The shooting aboard Camp Lejeune
Yeah.
from a couple of days ago. I waited now. Let's see if there's anything that has showed up yet from public affairs. And I'm still not seeing anything. There was a shooting and a man was killed. Some
Very
kind of
sad.
a disturbance call at a house at Tarawa Terrace, and a prior Marine was shot by military personnel, connected with Camp Lejeune.
Right.
Military police. I
Base
don't know
P-
whether it's not
police.
necessarily MPs. It
Right.
wasn't from the
Could
PMO.
have been the
It-
civilian.
civilian police are there. There's also CID, which is Marine Corps folks. There's the NCIS. I understand it was not those.
Right.
I understand. We hear who it was, and we hear the case and the crap that was put out on Facebook. Once we get this confirmed, what actually went down, I hope all of y'all rot.
Yeah, it
in your
was.
own beef,
I was
in your
sending
own
you
stew.
bits and pieces of what people were posting.
Y'all
And
were
I'm like, unreal.
You were lying. You made up stories that did not
Mhm.
exist.
That's right. They did.
So
They did.
anyhow, that's my 2 cents worth.
Completely twisted everything.
And y'all need to turn in your computers and go back and get yourself a chisel, a hammer, and a clay tablet.
What did you get? Did you get anything from just sheriff's office yesterday in reference to the man charged after allegedly assaulting an Onslow County deputy during a search the other
No,
day?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'll just tell you what the news says, but I know you'll get the official presser on it. Says a man is facing multiple charges from Onslow County Sheriff's Office and the North Carolina Highway Patrol, according to arrest warrants. Alex Hayes is charged with assault with a deadly weapon on a law enforcement officer after allegedly pulling out a folding type knife.
Pocket knife.
While the Onslow County deputy was searching him Tuesday night, warrants say Hayes refused to drop the weapon and flicked it open on the deputy
How stupid can
as
you
the
be?
deputy attempted to gain control of the knife.
So he was there with the highway patrol.
Yeah,
highway
in North
patrol brought him
Carolina.
in.
The North
Well,
Carolina
I'm-
Highway Patrol also charged Mason with reckless driving while impaired, and
There you go.
speeding, 80 and a 35.
I knew that.
Dag.
I know that DWI was going to be there because you got to be drunk to be
Flick
full
a
of knife
knife open.
open to in front of a deputy sheriff and highway patrolman that's got you under arrest for drunk driving.
Police.
No. It ain't going to end well.
That was stupid as stupid does.
If something doesn't go your way,
Are we going to protest?
what's the first thing you do?
Fix it to where it goes my way? Well, it depends on what it is.
Well, here's your tip for your author. Well, I don't know the guy's name. Here's a book you need to pick up if you would like to do something.
Okay.
This guy,
What's the book?
it's interesting reading. It's a cool book written by a retired federal ATF, alcohol,
Okay.
tobacco, firearms, and explosives now agent, back in the 1970s, as I recall. That's when he was working anyway. It's called, I think it's just Damn the Alligators.
Damn the
Damn the alligators.
alligators.
And that alligator may be
Right.
spelled with an ALLEGATORS.
Oh,
Okay. The title came about when
got it.
one particular hard charging ATF agent was called again into his supervisor's office to hear about complaints about him and the way he did business with the bad guys. They did a lot of liquor steals back in the day, right?
Right.
And there were federal agents
Heard
raiding liquor
stories, right?
stores.
Mm-hmm.
Most of you are probably familiar with the saying, the best defense is a strong offense.
True.
You know that, right?
Yes.
This particular agent, when he was brought in and he was told what he had done wrong according to people who were complaining about him,
Alligators, allegations.
he would jump to his feet after listening to the complaints, and as he later described his actions, said, "I denies the allegations and I damn the alligators." Alligators was his word for those that made the allegations against him.
Got it.
In the case of the Iranian actions against protesters, where broadcast and published stories claim that hundreds, if not a few thousand, of those protesters were slaughtered by the Iranian government, first step, deny the allegations. No such killings have taken place. The denial was exactly what Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi did by rejecting the claims of mass casualties in a television news interview. But he blamed any killings that may have taken place that didn't take place on an Israeli plot intended to create a large number of casualties. When it was suggested then that there could have been between 5 and 12,000 deaths, Araghchi said it would not have been that high, more likely in the hundreds.
Wow.
Wait a minute now. First, he says it didn't happen. We killed nobody. Then he walks into this trap. In this television interview, he walks directly into the trap. And when they said, we have information that between 5,000 and 12,000 people died. And he said, no, it wouldn't have been that high, maybe only in the hundreds. Duh. 1 or 1,000. What is the difference? They're dead. You committed atrocities.
Yep.
Now, Trump, for whatever reason, says that the Iranians have promised him that there will be no more deaths, no more than the 1,000 that they've killed. We're going to forgive those 1,000? I mean, we don't have any reason to deal with it, but do we, the people, forgive those that it's only 1,000 killed? And he said that Iran has promised there will be no executions of those that have been taken into custody. They will not be executed. No, they won't. You will not know when they're executed.
That whole thing with Iran is a total mess.
Should we work for a regime change? That has never worked out very well for us. It may have, but not very well. Yes, we can get rid of bad actors to be replaced by dictatorial bad actors. You cannot change a regime as we're looking at in Venezuela without being heavily involved in who takes over and by being a controlling factor for the foreseeable future. It doesn't work well otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got all that going on.
I don't know what we're thinking. I do know why we did what we did. We arrested a man who's a crook. Now, it's up to the people there with our support, if they need it, to make the regime change. That's up to them.
I agree.
Let them pick the leader, their leader.
We've got so much going on right now with all the protests in the United States with ICE. We've got Venezuela, all that going on. We've got the whole thing with Greenland going on, and now Iran.
Yeah.
I don't even know which way to look. I mean, and just so much misinformation, good information mixed with the bad information. Is it possible that maybe the powers to be know things that we don't know about, like, say, Greenland? The reason why they're going after it so heavy? I mean, is China getting ready to take it? Russia getting ready to? Is there a reason why we're pursuing it like we are? Should we know? Do we need to know? That's the way I feel, Reverend.
It's great to know what's going on with thine enemies, but we've got, and if this is not a secret, okay, or I wouldn't tell you, and other people, and I probably wouldn't know about it, but I do know about it because I've been in the big room. There is a huge, huge room, bigger than this house, up there in a place called Langley.
Mm-hmm.
Langley's got an Air Force base there.
Yes,
they also have an organization that is housed inside there.
Right.
It's got some funny letters to it, you know. CIA.
Right.
CIA. That's how you pronounce CIA, CIA, by the way. CIA. Anyway, they've got a room up there, and that room is manned 24 hours a day. You guys have seen TV shows and stuff like that with the 15 or 20, what they call a wall full of monitors up there. You know, they're little small screens.
It's almost like my house, but no.
Yeah, well, you know, they may have 15 or 20 in a room for decoration, for whatever. It shows that they're monitoring this and this. It looks kind of cool. I never wanted to invest the money in it. I'd rather give it to the people that we had working. Content matters, not all of that stuff. But anyway, in this room, there are hundreds of those screens.
Right.
Each one of them is connected to an operator who can switch around and monitor, but generally they're set up on one place that they're monitoring. Hotspots around the world. Because, you know, overnight here, and midnight here is going to be daylight in Europe, most of Europe, Western Europe especially, Eastern Europe especially. It's going to be daylight at midnight, our time. So we're monitoring to see what they're doing over there. So we're monitoring TV stations. We look at when every one of those TV stations goes live and they put it up on the bird somewhere, a satellite. Right. We monitor those things. If they send a truck out, live, what they used to call an ENG van, electronic news gathering van, that was live equipment they had on board, and they go out and we will monitor actually the uplinks coming from those transmitting stations. Most stations don't do that anymore. They're using internet, but we monitor the stations because they all put their stuff up on birds.
Right.
So we're looking at those. We're looking at the governments in those countries. They put stuff up on birds all the time. We look at that. We know what's going on in those places. That's one of the reasons I am absolutely 100% certain we knew about the Wuhan virus before the rest of the world knew about it, but we didn't do anything. Unfortunately, we didn't do anything. We should have done something. The word is given. Everything that comes down from those screens, a report is produced at between 4 and 5 in the morning, and it's taken straight over to the White House.
I'm just
so that the man can read it.
There's just so much going on right now, and
they didn't have to take it during the Obama years until 8 o'clock, is what they told me when I was up there.
All the news stories coming out, you don't know what to believe anymore.
Nope, you don't.
You don't know what to believe. You have one side that's going to spin it a certain way to make it look like the Trump administration is 100% wrong and crazy. You have the other side that puts them on a pedestal. I mean, and the rest of us, we're sitting here spending all our time arguing with family and friends, and I need a break from it. I need a break.
Okay, we'll do something. I will give you a break right now. I've got a Jeep, and there's an event coming up in May. There are two major locations in North Carolina where the Jeepsters will be going.
Oh, yeah.
people with Jeeps, and it's called Go Topless Day. Barricade, Go Topless, May 16th. Put it on your calendars. Get your cameras ready. It's the 19th annual event. It's a worldwide tradition for the Jeep community to celebrate the start of spring.
Nice. Can you take the top off of yours? Is it a hard cover that doesn't come off?
I can take it off. I can take the whole top off. I can take just the front top off. There are two sections, two front side panels. No top. You can take just those off.
Right.
I can stand up and drive with my head sticking out.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
More than 495 events took place worldwide last year. 495, 2 in North Carolina.
And they have one yearly in Daytona too?
I don't know about Daytona. Well, Daytona, they
have something every week.
Everything goes topless at Daytona, not just the Jeeps. Events, they had special events from 4x4 and trail cleanups to Jeep parades to show and shine.
Nice.
Yeah.
I used to have a Jeep Cherokee, many years ago.
I had a Cherokee Chief, a 1982 model. It was you know what the Wagoneer was? That was the big Wagoneer.
Yes.
It was
yes.
This was a 2-door version of the Wagoneer.
Oh.
And it was a big, and
yes,
they didn't
were.
have quite the cargo room in the back, but didn't need it. It was a little shorter. But let me tell you about a thing that would pull. I could move a building off its foundation if I could put a strap around it. That Jeep was tough.
I had a pretty tough Jeep too. I used mine to deliver mail, and boy, I put it through the test.
Well, this one had gone through a whole lot. I put it through a whole lot. And anyway, I when I sold that, I got another Jeep. It was a Chief of some sort.
Right.
I forgot what they were then. Then I got a small Wagoneer.
Oh yeah.
When they miniaturized all the stuff instead of the big old Wagoneers, I had a Wagoneer. But I love that thing. It was great. It rode great on the highway too. So anyway, but I got one of the original type Jeeps down. My Jeep helped win the war. What did your car do?
Right. Help win the war. Which war? World War II. I like I said, I had a Jeep Cherokee. I put over 200,000 miles on that, and it was still going strong when I sold it. But
cool.
I kind of wish I still had it. But of course, I ended up going to a pickup truck, and my pickup truck's been good to me. Knock on wood. It's been very good.
I like a pickup truck. The little Jeep, though, is a lot easier to drive around than the big old truck that I had.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to parking spaces. When the people draw lines in the parking lots, they don't draw lines big enough that they will hold a truck.
Yeah, but you're right on the line, both sides.
How do you get in and out of it?
And then you got to get in and out. And I usually end up parking way down towards the end of the parking lot. So I don't have to worry about getting dinged and scratched and scraped and worrying about getting in and out.
And to complain one more time about parking lots.
Some of
the grocery stores and the big box stores that you can call ahead and they will bring it out to you, and they've got special designated parking spaces for you. You don't have to get out of your car. So why those special parking spaces taking up spaces that could be used by the people that are going to drive up and walk into the store?
Well, you bring up a very good
point.
They
got to do, the guys who are going to bring that big old load of stuff out for you, they can just take it a few more feet out
I agree.
Further out in the parking area.
I agree.
And I hear complaints about it all the time.
Yeah, and how many times? Usually, when I go to one of the big box stores here in Jacksonville,
12 empty spaces.
They're all empty. And I have to park way down here because those are empty and can't be used. What is it?
It's like they used to do with parking meters. Just get out, put a bag over the top of it.
Well, let me ask you this:
a burlap bag.
Is there anyone in the store that goes out and polices those areas?
And if they do, what are they going to do?
Yeah, really, going to tow you?
No, they could.
Now
if they could prove it.
We have just set the places on fire. People are going to be parking there all the time.
I
We're
don't,
going to get blamed.
I don't have a problem. I'll take the credit. That's not blame.
I do want to mention real quick that the Crew 11 has returned from the space station. Splashdown was successful and they are home. So welcome home. Welcome home.
So what was the major emergency?
I have not
They're
said
not
yet.
telling you yet, are they?
Well, it is private. I mean, maybe the person who has the medical emergency or medical condition doesn't want to share yet. It'll be out before it's over, before the day's in. Somebody is going to leak it.
I wonder if it's male or female that's going to be born.
And then
This was
what
on
goes
over
on?
Western Boulevard yesterday.
What is going on with that?
Mm-hmm. You see that?
Are you talking about the traffic backed up or the political signs out already? Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Lights falling from the sky. Weren't those like flares from the base or something?
I don't know why they weren't visible on Western Boulevard. I don't know which direction this is going. I would assume it's aiming towards 24, but I don't know. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that they looked like flares as soon as I saw them, and that's what the comment that I made, but I didn't put it out there. So did they get a report that they were flares or somebody speculated?
No, I think we've had this before, and it was something to do with the base, and they were some type of things they were shooting. I don't know. We all woke up this morning with all our hair and everything intact. Yeah. So, Lord,
it would have been a cool sight. I wish I'd been there.
I know it. I saw the picture that was posted by someone that we know there. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. She was right on it.
Yeah, she was. Anyway, it's a good picture. And I would assume that it was flare since I didn't hear any sirens going off. I didn't hear any alerts on any of my stuff. So
no alert. No alerts coming across the phone.
Nobody told me to
get in your bomb shelters quick.
Nobody told me to load up the big weapons.
Yeah. Clyde, I agree with you. No snow. No snow.
No snow.
No snow, Clyde.
No.
Well, the good thing about it, going back to that, if we were to get some inclement wintry weather Sunday, Monday's a federal holiday, so most people will be home. Most people, and your local government offices will be closed and schools closed.
Yeah, I'll be right here.
Well, I'll be on the way. If it's not just ice, if it's snow, I don't have a problem. If it's total sheet of ice, I'll be calling in. You can't drive on ice. You can, but
I have.
Well, I have too.
But big 4-wheel drive stuff.
I have a 4-wheel drive.
Big 4-wheel drive stuff.
But when you're on, I have a 4-wheel drive right now, but driving on a sheet of ice is not pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
I worry more about the crazy people out there who think they can do 55.
Oh, I love those folks that touch the brakes and zoo.
Yeah.
They're still doing 55.
We'll see. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be just fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Here's another story for you out of Onslow County. I know you didn't see this one. This is what happens when you mess around with the IRS, our state tax. An Onslow County businessman has been arrested and is facing felony tax charges filed by the North Carolina Department of Revenue. Jimmy John Brinkley, 49, of Swansboro, is accused of 3 counts of embezzlement of state property. According to the indictments,
real smart.
He is the president of Select Staffing and Labor of North Carolina, Incorporated. He reportedly aided and abetted the company in embezzling, misapplying, and converting around $511,701 in North Carolina withholding tax between January 1st, 2021 and December 31st, 2023. He was a responsible person for the company during that time, was legally required to collect holding trust and remit withholding taxes to the North Carolina Department of Revenue. In other words, they say you gave me a check weekly. Say you did. And you take out withholding tax for the state. It is your responsibility to submit that to the state, generally quarterly.
If they're regular wages, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
If it's a contract arrangement,
then you get a 1099 and it's up to me to pay.
Then you have to pay it.
Right.
Direct.
Right. But he was placed under a $50,000 secure bond, and his first court appearance is scheduled for Wednesday in Wake County Superior Court, because we're talking, this is federal charges.
If you
Going to the state.
there are so many grants out there that are people that advertise, hey, I'm a grant writer, I can find you a grant, or you tell me what kind of grant you want or what you do, and
Right.
I'll look for a grant for
Right.
you, and they get this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes the feds, and probably right now, they're coming down more and more and more and more, because more and more and more and more of us are complaining about everybody getting all this money, and what are they doing with the money? We want to know. And the federal government's supposed to be able to tell us when they give my money away,
Right.
they're supposed to be able to account for how that money was used.
Right. I mean,
Done.
that's one thing you don't mess
And
with.
when you go to see the person that they gave it to, and they find out they failed to do what they were supposed to do with the money, they don't have any records for it. They didn't
Right.
do things like, that's when the fan gets full.
There's
And that's good.
And Rayford, every single day, whether it's in North Carolina or any other state, I am reading all these cases of fraud that are being uncovered where people are getting contributions for welfare, for food stamps, for WIC, and they aren't actually going to the people in need. They are being soaked up by these nonprofits or whatever, and just like what's happening in Minnesota. It's every day you're reading it, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody taking money that does not belong to them, it belongs to the people who need it. And it's gotten so bad. And I think this is one thing that has been great, that has been uncovered this past year with this new administration. I think Doge started it all, my opinion. But, when I think about, and I think we discussed this before, from the moment I was 16 years of age, I started working. I bought my own car. I've always had, every vehicle I've had, I've paid for.
How much does your first car cost you?
$2,575.
Mine cost me $150.
Mine was $2,575, and I told you before it was a yellow Pinto, 2-door, and I had a whip antenna on it, and they called me Little Pony. That was way back, but 10
Wasn't them highway patrol antennas?
Yeah, no, this was like a 20-foot. It was
No,
ridiculous
it was
when I look
102
back
inches.
at it. But my house I bought and paid for. Everything I eat, everything I wear, everything I do is coming. I buy and pay for.
You could get a grant for that,
Well, I never qualified, but I got out and worked since I was 16. I retired from the federal government 2013, but you see, I'm still doing things.
Mm-hmm.
I volunteer a lot of my time. I do a lot of stuff, but to see people that don't lift a finger to get out and get a job, that open some nonprofit like a Leering Center, for kids who don't go, and rake in the millions of dollars that they have. Doesn't that make you mad?
We had a daycare.
Protest that instead of
We had a
ICE.
daycare that was set up over here and funded by the county at one time. Not that many years ago.
I'm trying to think of.
And then
I think I knew which one you're talking about.
And then they kept applying for money every year. And then somebody, I can't remember who it was, went over and checked it out. They didn't have but 1 or 2 kids there at the most. Well, that was pretty expensive. They could have hired personal babysitters to take care of them.
Right. Yeah.
At that time.
I just don't get
it. It was for the convenience of a couple of people. I don't know how many people they had, but when somebody in the county got a wild hair and decided, let's do some checking.
That's one thing I'm big about.
I wish they would check everything before they before they say, yes, we're going to give you this grant money. And then they check them out first. If they don't cut the mustard, if they can't really prove it, if they haven't crossed their T's and dotted their I's, say no. And then once they get it, don't give it to them all at one time. Dish it out throughout the year. And then periodically throughout the year, you go through and check. And if at any time they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, you stop it, all future payments, and and file paperwork to get all the money back.
Well, I will tell you that there's a lot of nonprofits here in Onslow County. They're everywhere.
Some really good ones.
And some really good ones. But I do have a habit sometimes when I just, that's Papa Top, when I have kind of that red flag feeling, I go in and I check their paperwork. It's public record. And it's time. Can you do it? Wait a minute. I can't do it.
We can't do it.
Whatever. It's Papa Top time.
It's time for our very own Chris Miller.
See, Chris Marks, you messed us up.
Yeah, we can't do it, Chris. So when Chris gets back, he's going to give us lessons, okay? We'll spend that was not bad.
I can't do that. He does it. Wait a minute. How do you do it? Anyway, good morning, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Our favorite sports editor, the best ever.
Yeah.
You guys are fired.
Oh, good. You know what happens now? You got to pay me. You got to pay me unemployment insurance.
Oh no, we're gonna still put you to work. We're gonna Peter principal you, Rayford. How about that?
Oh.
You gonna do what to me?
You remember? You ever heard about the Peter principle?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, we're gonna find you another job, and we'll leave it like that. How about that?
I got another principle for you. Let me show you.
Don't be doing the Trump wave.
Oh no, it's not going to be the Trump wave.
I was getting ready to give you a compliment, good sir, about your patience level this week. I was going to commend you for being a very fine gentleman with a high level of patience when they came to certain individual callers, and a little bit of advice. I think we should just let these individuals call in, speak their mind. They're entitled to their opinion, and then thank you for calling. Have a good day. And I've learned that if you just let people do their thing and ignore them, they tend to go away. So I said the same thing about when certain individuals were kneeling during the national anthem. If you just ignore them, he'll tend to go away. But if you argue about it and fuss about it, then you give him the feel that that those folks want. So if you just ignore some of those folks, then they tend to go away.
I got a better plan for those folks who kneel like that. We have a kneeling corner for them, one special place alongside on the sidelines, and we start some fire ant hills there.
Ouch! I think I'm feeling biting already.
See, I have my ways of dealing with you.
Ouch!
And that was just an example, but I have learned that if you, the people that want to holler and get loud, and like I said, if you just ignore them, you're giving them the fuel that they want, and you're giving them the attention that they want if you participate in it. But if you just let them do their thing for a few minutes, eventually they'll grow tired of it, and if they're not getting the attention they seek, and they'll disappear.
How long can I give them? What amount of time should I give when they make a call?
I don't know. That's why they pay you the big bucks, right? For you make the decision.
Well, Chris,
22, 21, 20, 19, 80. You better hurry.
but like I said, I thought you handle I commend you for your patience level, sir.
Well, I have apparently used some of that I had stored up, because that's what I was told one time. I had all the patience in the world because I had never used any of it. I used a little bit this week, but I have less patience stored up now.
I can always tell if I start seeing steam coming from over in that corner. I'm like backing up my chair. Here we go. So, what's the latest word on our county area high school sports? I'm in withdrawal right now.
I'm counting down the days.
Saw Phil Shepard yesterday. He said, I miss football.
Well, congratulations to, speaking of Jacksonville, the Jacksonville boys wrestling team won their third straight Austin County tournament. They did that on Saturday, so
wonderful.
Congratulations to them. And some of those football players that were on that great team also wrestled, so a bunch of good kids there. And then you had the Swansboro girls wrestling that won their third straight county tournament too. So girls wrestling continues to progress, and it's pretty neat seeing the young ladies be able to participate in the sport as well. So the the sport was sanctioned a couple years ago by the state, and so now they're getting their opportunity, and it is pretty neat to be able to see the young ladies be able to get their recognition as well.
Not making a joke.
Absolutely.
Don't even take it that way, folks. What are the rules differences between girls wrestling and boys wrestling?
Pulling hair.
Well, no, because there are a lot of guys with hair too, you know.
Eat.
Pull
that hair.
No, there's really no there's really no difference in the rules. I mean, just
Okay.
other than the fact that the playing field is level, and your girls are wrestling, young ladies are wrestling against young ladies, and boys are wrestling against boys.
Yes.
Now you will still see the young ladies who are really talented and really really good at wrestling. They will still wrestle like if their girls if their girls team doesn't have enough wrestlers, they'll wrestle in the boys mat in the boys meet, the dual team meet.
Really?
And a lot of them will hold their own. So you'll still see some girls wrestle against guys here and there, and they'll, like I said, hold their own. But
Cool.
for the most part, the field is level, and there's really no. I mean, it's the same sport, just just level playing field.
Do you think that the boys in those situations, and I'm being serious now, will cut them any slack? I mean, particularly some guy that's raised up, as many of us were today,
Very respectful
as
of
to
the
have
females,
respect.
right.
We hold the doors for, we open
Right.
the doors for, we do this,
Right.
we do that. We treat them not with kid gloves per se, but with a lot more respect than I'm going to treat Chris Marks over here when he's here or whoever. You know what I mean? It's just something that's
Did it.
it's been ingrained into us over the years,
Right.
decades.
Yeah. Well, I think early on, like during practice, if you have a young lady that's coming out for wrestling for the first time, you may have some of the guys that are a little bit hesitant. Hey, I don't know your skill level. I don't want to hurt you. So, I mean, that's naturally gonna take place. But once these young ladies start practicing and getting doing all the workouts that the other wrestlers are doing, they get the respect, and they show how tough and how good they are, and they get the respect. So when they're wrestling in practice, the guys are not going to go easy on them, and the young ladies don't want that. They want to be respected. They want to be treated like one of the other wrestlers. They don't want the kiddie gloves. And then, but when the young ladies have to wrestle a boy in a meet, again, I mean these boys, they don't take them for granted. They don't. I'm like, take it easy on this girl because I'm going to win. No, they do that now. A lot of them are motivated. They don't want to lose to a girl, but they respect the girl because they know if they don't wrestle well, they can get beat. They can get their butt kicked.
Yeah.
So
Must be hard.
the young ladies have definitely earned a lot of respect in the wrestling community, and good for them.
We don't have any
that's
boxing
cool.
here with high school boxing matches or anything like that, do we? Or any semi-pro? Or,
No boxing, and we don't have any high school wrestling either.
yeah.
We have
good.
Hey.
I
think
know
we should.
in Wilmington, and not in the school system, but there was in the recreational folks, there were boxing teams, and there was girl boxing, female boxing, and the referees were no hitting below the waist routine, but they also they had extra protection. The girls did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you talk about boxing, isn't that a brutal sport?
Yeah, absolutely. If you hit right, it's brutal.
Any sport can be brutal. I'm bowling. You throw a bowling ball at somebody, that could hurt.
How about ping pong?
Or ping pong, you get shot in the eye with a ping pong ball. Every sport has this. Rayford, getting up out of bed every morning could be a challenge.
Well, it is.
Lee, why are you throwing bowling balls at people?
I'm just saying that any sport can be a challenge. It's like a friend last night, a listener, was sending me videos of the Jacksonville lacrosse team playing I did not really understand completely what lacrosse was about because it was something that never interested me until now. And
It's
I
one of
was
them
like,
foreign games, wasn't
I
it?
don't know that I could do. I'd end up hitting somebody upside the head with one of those sticks.
Absolutely.
I mean, that could be a crazy sport. I mean, every single sport, no matter what. I mean, like I said, getting up in the morning and going outside to mow your yard, you can get hurt. But just to say that football is dangerous and it causes injuries and can every sport, there's something in it. Look at that guy paragliding last week in Florida. He fell, 550 feet into the ocean?
Yeah.
Got back up. He's fine, but,
Now you talk about two different sports. Lacrosse.
I know.
The boys' game and the girls' game are. I mean, we talked about wrestling, kind of.
Yes.
Wrestling is a little bit, but lacrosse, the boys' game is a little bit more
intense,
physical, and whacking each other, and roughhousing. And the girls' game is more about skill and speed and things like that. But the boys' game is more about, I'm going to kick your butt and you're going to kick my butt. And, but the girls' game, like you said, is a little bit more about speed and things like that.
Right. I remember I was on a volleyball team at Northwest Park Junior High. It was called Junior High then. Man, you ever get hit in the face with a volleyball? I mean, it happens. It happens. You just keep on going.
We had outside recreation time, even in elementary school. We had kickball. And how about dodgeball?
Oh, yeah.
Were you intentional to try to knock the other guy out of the circle?
Right.
Wham.
Exactly.
And back then, Rayford, y'all didn't have dodgeballs. Y'all had to play with basketballs, didn't y'all?
What, was there something else? If we could have picked up the medicine ball. Remember medicine balls?
Yes.
Where you lift them, they're heavy.
Look, we were so poor. We played with balls made out of rubber bands.
They're called golf balls.
You just keep putting rubber bands on there and making it bigger.
I remember those. Yep.
Yeah.
You saved all the rubber bands from the daily newspapers.
From the mail or whatever. Yeah, just keep adding more in the daily news.
And then you take them to school, and then the teacher would come, would take them, and then you have to make another one.
Yes.
You know what was weird? My dad used to, on the bandsaw, on a piece of wood, he would carve something that sort of looked like a gun. And it was a rubber band gun. And he put a clothespin on the back end of it where the grip is. And you would string a rubber band from a little slit in the front of the gun at the barrel. Pull that rubber band back, stretch it back, and just put it in the clothespin. And then you could shoot it at people from across the room.
Oh, my Lord. Help.
Rayford, you were a little troublemaker in school.
I didn't do it. He did it. He's the one who started
it. Oh, my gosh. Shooting clothes.
You were one of those guys that would take the pencil and throw it up against the ceiling and hope the pencil stayed on the ceiling, right?
How did you know? Were you there?
In school. I need a pencil. Just pick one from the ceiling. Yeah.
Don't look up, y'all.
Oh, my gosh.
How about paper airplanes? Throwing them across the room when the teacher was working at the blackboard so she couldn't see you. You just tell me you didn't ever do that.
So, Chris, what's the biggest thing going in high school sports right now?
Well, we don't really have too much this week because this is if you can believe it, it's the second school week in January, and high school kids are just now having first semester exams.
Oh Lord!
Meanwhile,
that's right.
Meanwhile, Duplin County had their high school first semester exams the week before Christmas. So they, that's my rant of the day is. I wish Duplin County would kind of work something out because I mean it is kind of silly not to have second school week in January to have first semester exams. When I was in high school, we first semester ended right before Christmas, and then you jumped right into second semester when you got back in January. So
that makes sense.
You got in line with the colleges, and that was pretty neat. But so there wasn't really much going on this week, but we do have some basketball. Friday night the season will resume, and then before you know it, here in a few weeks, the spring teams will start practicing, and then the spring games, baseball, softball, and all that stuff will start February 25th.
Very good. February. Wow.
At school, I think we had we ended the previous school season
I don't remember.
at Christmas, but we had our exams as soon as we came back to school. Now, here was a problem with that. You had 2 weeks off to do nothing.
No, you had 2 weeks off to study.
No, you didn't do that.
You're supposed to study, Rayford.
During your Christmas vacation?
You
Right.
study.
But then 2 weeks of doing nothing, not getting a teacher to help you brush up, not going through the practices and not doing this or that. You come back to school and here's your exam.
We usually had
Sit
a
down.
term paper due after the holidays.
And
It was just wrong.
Well,
that
I know Carteret tried to Carteret County a few years ago tried to the school system tried to revamp their school schedule to go in line with the colleges, where you had first semester and then you had first semester. They started a little bit earlier, where first semester went from August to December, and then when the kids went back to school, is second semester in January. But I know the local businesses down there sued because that having that extra 1 or 2 weeks of August in the summer really it really meant a lot to them. So they sued, and I guess they won. So, but Duplin County, they shortened first semester up, because I was talking to one of the coaches the other day. Duplin County, they sacrifice having first semester a little bit shorter than the second semester, so they do have to cram some things in the last couple of weeks. But they get everything done, and then when the kids return last week, middle of last week, they jump right into second semester. So they make it work, and I wish all the county schools would do the same.
I'm trying to think back. In colleges, some of them were on a quarter system, not a semester system, and there was some thought process about doing that in high schools, and it just never came to pass around here that I know of. Not while I was there, anyway. Quarter systems are interesting. You got 4 quarters, and you go to school 3 of them if you're under normal things, and some kids can go and take the summer session. That's the 4th quarter, but I'm not sure which would be the best way to do it. A quarter system, you get rid of your exams before Christmas, and then you've already started your 2nd quarter before Christmas, and then you want to get, and by Easter you're done with your 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter from Easter until the end of the year.
Right. Wow. I don't know.
They don't know either.
I don't know.
Well, maybe y'all can bring in a couple of school board members and talk to them about that and get their thoughts on it.
Oh, that's a thought.
Yeah, we could.
We'll
Maybe
have to
we'll
ask the superintendent.
bring in the candidates and
Yes,
find out what they
I'm
think
working
about
on
it.
that. I'm working on
Yeah.
that.
Because I know
Candidates.
I know the teachers really, really. I mean, and again, I think the kids really hate it too. I mean, like I said, I remember when I was in high school, we got into school maybe like August 10th or so, and we got out before Memorial Day. So you had 1 week of May left, all of June, all of July, and let's be honest. I mean, the kids won't admit it, but by the first week of August, they're after July and the first week of August, they're about ready. They're ready to go back to school.
I never was.
They won't say it, but they won't say it, but they're ready to go back to school in the first week or so of August.
So they must have a boring summer. I never did.
And how many parents with how many families with kids are actually taking a lot of vacations in August? Because come August, you're trying to get prepared to go to
Back to school sale,
So
back to school. We got to go buy you a new coat. We got to buy you this, got to buy you all new
That
jeans.
was
We got to
exciting. That was
I
the
mean,
one
it was
exciting
like,
thing
good
about school
God.
starting again. You
Back
got
to
new
school.
shoes and clothes.
Didn't you think that I wanted to go shopping? No. I had things to do.
You were already in school because of all that summer school you had to take, right?
Yeah, that's right. I was taking summer school underwater and everywhere else. Up the trees.
No, you were
taking
taking summer school trying to pass your grades.
Nope. I didn't have a problem with grades in school.
Oh, here's
Paying
Fox
attention.
News just broke some news, Chris. We were talking about sports and pulling hair and stuff. Game day meltdown. Footage captures 2 mothers clutching each other by the hair and throwing a barrage of punches during a violent courtside fight at a Catholic youth basketball game in Staten Island, New York. The 2 women, along with family members who became involved, have been suspended indefinitely. There you go. Basketball can be dangerous too. Yep, there you go. Yeah.
And you said a Catholic school?
Yeah, and
they had rulers.
Lord, that's you know, and that's I think that's the frustrating thing is that we're seeing more and more people show their rear ends at sporting events, whether it's a professional, college, high school, recreation. I mean, whatever. It's just a lot more. Look, we want our kids to do well. We get emotional. We get frustrated, but I mean, let's refrain from showing our rear ends. Let's support the kids and
see what else.
Let's support the kids and let them have fun.
Wow.
But a lot of parents make it about themselves and they ruin the fun experience because they don't know how to behave. So it's I've seen it too often. At high school games, again, people say things to the referee, and just don't know how to behave, and it's just it really is a shame.
Well, thank goodness the refs can't hear us at the football games because Rayford gets just.
What?
We have to calm him down.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
and
go
like
take
I said,
that yellow flag.
We all get frustrated.
Just kidding.
With when the referee throws a flag and your favorite team makes a good play and referee wants to. We all you can roll your eyes and get frustrated, but
we do.
Let's refrain from calling the referee a name, because if you saw the same person out at the store or whatever,
absolutely.
Let's refrain from calling other human beings names like that.
Absolutely. And I'm only kidding. Rayford is very respectful of the refs, and I was only kidding.
I usually blame the team when he throws a flag. I look out there and I say, okay, 'cause most of the time I can see what's going on.
Now he does stop them as they come up the steps. I will say
I will take the yellow flags if I can, but I will also, thank God we got Chris Marks upstairs that can explain to us what's just happened.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Otherwise, I didn't know what was going on because I can't read all those signs. But
well, I got a great idea for Mr. Marks next football season when he does the Jacksonville announcing. When he because I think he announces the referees' names before the game.
He does.
And so of course, whenever somebody makes a big play or touchdown, he says, "Okay, and now Rayford Brown with the touchdown." He should say, "Now referee John Smith with the holding penalty."
Yep.
Ooh. That could cost
and he's driving a 2004 Pinto station wagon that's yellow in the parking lot.
Ooh.
And he has no spare tires.
That could cause hair pulling.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Rayford, we've talked about this before, but it's always fun to reminisce. I just remember when Judge Henry would do all the football games, and the football coaches were on their P's and Q's whenever they wanted to say something to him, but then they realized, I
may see him in court one day.
Yeah.
So, good call, ref. Good call.
Nice job, bud. Nice job, Judge.
Yeah, great.
Judge, I really appreciate the way you officiated that football game. Good job. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go easy on me.
Thank you, Chris.
I really like that call.
Go ahead. That was a great call. Great call, ref, Judge. Sir.
Till you get your sentence out the door. You suck.
and if people think we're exaggerating, we're not. People, football coaches, when they knew Judge Henry was calling the football game, they were on their P's and Q's. That was for sure.
Oh, yeah.
There were no mistakes, and that's overruled.
Wow.
Did he overrule any of the call? That would be funny.
Oh, my gosh.
I overruled that call.
And it was a lot of fun when Judge Henry would do the Jacksonville games, and you had Judge Henry and the Colonel Kopka.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I used to, when I worked security at White Oak High School, and we did the football games, and of course, at the end of every game, we had to escort the refs off the field to their vehicles. Mm-hmm. Look, soon as that whistle blew, Judge Henry, he was gone. I mean, he shot out of there like you wouldn't believe. And I was like, wait.
What, did he speed through the parking lot or anything?
Oh, I didn't get that far. I'd like, are you good?
Checking,
okay.
Just checking. Citizens arrest.
Man, that man could run.
Yeah, I remember him back. He was not too long after law school, I think. He was the police advisor for the Jacksonville PD. He was actually employed there as a police advisor.
Right.
Oh, he was
good old days. Good old days.
He did everything he could to keep us out of legal trouble.
I will say though, Rafer, for all the reps that have come up the stairs and you snatched them, they've all had such great attitudes.
I only took one.
Nice people.
I didn't snatch the stuff.
No, I'm talking about snatch their attention.
Just stop them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well,
I was worried.
It's Be Kind to Old Fogey Day. That's all it is. Yeah. Every Friday night is Be Kind to Old Fogies. Right, Chris?
You're not an old fogey. You're an old curmudgeon. How about that?
I agree with that too.
Hey, I think our involvement over the past 2 years, especially last year, has brought a lot of attention to the game. So
I hope so. That's what we do.
I think so. I mean, those pictures that you were putting on Facebook were getting
those young men, those young ladies on the sidelines, all of those folks, the fans.
Yes.
Those people deserve recognition.
Exactly. And each week, your pictures and stories were getting 30 to 40,000 hits.
Yeah, I know. That was fun.
On the weekends from people just like, oh man, cheerleaders, they deserve to be recognized. The band members, the drill team.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, and my wife really enjoys looking at your photos. Right?
Yeah. Where's Waldo?
I'm always in the background, and she's always looking. Yeah, where's Waldo? And,
Yeah, we got you covered.
Yeah, we do, because you're a favorite anyway. So
I'm only the favorite because I'm the only one.
No, you would still be our favorite.
The only reason you're the only one is because you've eliminated all the rest. So let's
took them out. The best. Those phone calls worked, didn't they, Rayford?
How'd you like that poetry?
Yeah. Anyway, any predictions for the Super Bowl yet? What teams are going?
No, I think it's still kind of early. We have some big games. The second round games this weekend. So unfortunately, the Panthers fell short against the Rams. A really good Rams team last week, but good for them for making it. And it seems like it was a pretty good environment in Charlotte on Saturday. So, but hopefully they'll build from that. And but yeah, it's still kind of early. You would think maybe the Patriots or Broncos are two of the favorites. Rams, Seahawks. So, but it's still early. We still and on that note, what? Not this year, but what date the Super Bowl is for next year?
No.
February 14th.
Oh, great!
Oh, okay. Are they going to have a camera there?
Watch out, Kiss Cam.
Have the Kiss Cam?
There's a lot of gentlemen who are upset because if you're a fine gentleman, your wife or your girlfriend comes first, and they're in the game. If you want to have a nice date night for Valentine's, and but there's going to be some decisions that have to be made, and
you do realize that a lot of those guys are going to use it as an excuse. Honey, I'm sorry, we can't go out. Wait and see. That'll be an excuse they use it for.
There's going to be a lot of ads.
Hey, I saw a photo the other day on one of those old, looking at YouTube, old photos of the past. This was from the 30s or the 20s. I can't remember which, but anyway, I've got to go and see if I can find it because I thought about you and our friend out there about legalized brutality. There's, the way they used to test new designs for football helmets? They put it on a guy, a player or a victim, whoever, and they had a wall. I don't know what the wall was made of, but the photograph is iconic. I'm going to find it, and I'm gonna give it to you because it would be a great reproduction. Copyright's expired on it, so you could use it, and it's in the public's domain anyway now. But he put his head down as though he's charging into the battle, and he ran square into that wall.
Was his name Vince?
And they checked to see what damage was done to the helmet to see if that could impact the guy inside the helmet. How'd you like to be that test dummy?
Vince the test dummy.
I got to find that photograph. Wow.
Wow.
They didn't use fake anything, instruments. They didn't do that. They just how much damage did it do to the head of the guy that was wearing that?
I have a headache.
Oh
my
I'm
gosh.
right there in the middle of the night watching
That's
that, and I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta get this for Chris. I got to get it. So I'll find it somewhere.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Ouch.
All right, sir. You have a good one.
Thank you, Chris.
Hey,
as
y'all have a
always.
good rest of the week, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Enjoyed the
Try
conversation.
to be. Don't get out in the snow on Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, it could be
No
hazardous.
No snow. Bye.
Bye, Chris.
Bye.
Marine Outlook
Wow.
is a mixed bag again. You know, the one thing that's it's hard to predict the weather on land around here, but it's all dependent upon what happens in the ocean. Number one,
Yes.
that's going to be one of the big things about
Yeah.
what happens here. You got some warm currents in the ocean, water currents
Right.
that can change the air temperature
Mhm.
near shore. So it happens. But we got a strong cold front is pushing through this area today on the waters offshore, then a low pressure system. And another cold front comes through towards the weekend.
Right.
So be prepared for it. And for you boaters, that's going to have a major impact on you. Offshore out to 20 nautical miles today. Northwesterly winds, they're going to be breezy, 15 to 20 with gusts to 25. Seas, too big, 5 to 7 every 6 seconds. 3 to 5 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy. Fishing the rivers and creeks today, you may get a little damp from water coming down from the sky. Northwesterly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15 knots, becoming southwesterly in the afternoon. Seas, 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Saturday, southwesterly winds 15 to 20 with gusts to 25. Seas, 4 to 6, 3 to 5 near shore. Sounds and rivers choppy.
Today, partly sunny, then becoming sunny with a high near 44. Tonight, clear with a low around 21. Friday, sunny with a high near 49. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 64. And Sunday, rain likely before 1 p.m., then a chance of rain and snow, mostly cloudy with a high near 44. And just got a special weather statement from the National Weather Service out of Newport. And it says a combination of gusty northwesterly winds up to 25 and 30 miles an hour, dry relative humidities of 25 to 30%, and dry fuels will increase the fire danger today. Outdoor burning is discouraged.
Yeah, don't do it.
Please refer to your local burn permitting authority on whether you can burn. If you do burn, use extreme caution and ensure fire suppression equipment is readily available.
Okay, two things about those fires.
Yes.
And you can have these fires under these conditions. You can roast your oysters if you're a person that likes to roast them over an open fire. You can do that. You can build a charcoal fire in your grill as well.
Right.
Now, but if you do that, a couple of things, do not leave either one of those unattended. I mean, just a matter of minutes and a little gust of wind,
Right.
and thump, there goes some hot stuff going into the dry leaves. It will spread like, well, literally wildfire once it hits some dry brush anywhere. So if you're going to be out there, you're roasting oysters, open fire, have a water hose. Forget that fire extinguisher. It's okay, but it's hard to get underneath the stuff and soak stuff down. When you finish roasting the oysters, a lot of folks under normal conditions just let that fire burn itself out. No, don't do that. Put that water on it. Soak it. Stir it up after you soak it and put it on there again. Before you leave that thing should be so soggy that you got ash, smoke, old ash just going down a stream somewhere. Okay, so that's the way you do that. Charcoal, it can get hot, embers can blow off, it can go out there and catch other stuff on fire. Be careful. Now, a safety note too. We talk about the marine forecast every year during the wintertime, and we're in the wintertime. The water temperature is cold. Some of the water temperatures in the rivers and creeks where a lot of us like to fish for speckled trout and whatever, going to be down in the 40s. It happens. It's impacted by the air temperature rapidly. Ocean temperatures change gradually. Water temperatures up the creeks and the shallow waters, it will depend a lot upon what's happening in the air. And air temperature, when it's going to be down in the 20s, or even lower, and it's going to be that way for a few days. That water temperature is going to be really cold. Right now, even in the 50s, it's too cold for you to get in. All right?
Cold.
Leave your waders off if you're in a boat.
Yes.
Don't put waders or hip boots on if you're in a boat. If you fall overboard, you're going to sink. You will not have enough time to get either the waders or the hip boots off. A lot of people wear them. Don't, and just don't do it. It's bad. The other thing, especially this really applies if you're one of those guys that likes to fish alone. You got your little outboard motor, you're zipping along. There are requirements for more modern boats made after a certain date, to have what they call a kill switch on them. You can retrofit your boat, even if it didn't come with one. Your outboard motor can be retrofitted. It's a switch. It's what they call a kill switch for a reason. If it's attached with a little lanyard to yourself, if you fall in your boat, let's say you knock yourself out, or you have a head damage, or you break a leg and you can't get up and turn your boat off, and then you're going to be running around in circles until you find something like a tree, and then you're going to be in real trouble. Or if you fall overboard, your boat keeps going, and they will always tend, because of the turn of the props, the way the props turn, it will steer one way or the other, left or right. It will go into an automatic circling pattern, and who knows where it's going to go. It will always be going faster than you will be able to swim. When you first fall overboard into 45, 50-degree water, you can move. A short time later, you're going to start to freeze up. That means you're going to lose your ability to swim or walk or do whatever. Your only hope is, if you fall over, is to get your butt back into that boat as quickly as possible. You will not die from hypothermia if you fall over in water that's over your head. You will never die from hypothermia. You will die because you can't stay afloat when your limbs stop moving. You won't be able to swim. You won't be able to tread water. Hence, the next tip. In addition to that kill switch on your boat, put a life jacket on, a personal flotation device, a thing that will keep your head above water until you can either slowly move your way back to your boat that hopefully is no longer running, or that someone will be able to get to you from your boat or from another boat that's in the area and snatch your butt out of the water before you sink and drown. That's the way the system works. Two things: kill switch on your motor. Attach it. Doesn't do any good if it's hanging there all by itself. Attach it to your body, so that if you fall or
just
fall
like they
over
have on treadmills,
it's going to go click and you're off. You shut down the motor.
Right.
So you have a chance. No guarantees, but you got a chance. If you've got a flotation device on, your chances have just been increased multiple times. Okay.
Right.
Those are your tips. Been there in those waters? I dive in those waters, or I used to. It's cold. Even with a wetsuit on, 45-degree water is cold. You can't stay there but so long.
Do you know they have those kill switches on treadmills too?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody use one?
I don't get on treadmills. Why would I know what's on there?
I've never seen anybody use a kill switch on a treadmill. Hey, something came across the wires yesterday that really upset me. Is in
taxes going up?
No, this is North Carolina, but 3 weeks after the deaths of Greg Biffle and his family several other people, somebody burglarized his house and stole the backpack and $30,000 in cash. I hope they catch you.
I hope they
And I hope they just bury you alive. That's just wrong.
Just up to your neck.
It's just
in the desert.
Wrong. You know, that's like robbing a church, yeah.
That's the same as grave robbing as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
here's your other tip, folks. If you've had a death in your family, and it's well publicized, and there's an obituary, everybody's going to the funeral. You got this wreath stuck on your door that the funeral home leaves there.
Right.
Take it off.
Yeah.
When you leave, do not have a wreath marking that you have had a funeral, that you've got a funeral, that you've had a death there. Take it off.
Right.
It's nice of the funeral homes to do it. They will generally ask you if it's okay. you can say yes and then take it and keep it inside the house if you want to.
I just got this text from this phone number. I have no clue. It's a 689 area code. It says, "Are you available to talk? Should we play?"
No. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say
it
yes.
May be somebody from your past, though.
They have money and they're good looking. Hey, just kidding. Just kidding.
Rich.
I just said yes. Let's see what they do. Let's see if they call.
Oh, they gonna call you?
I don't know. It just says, "Are you available to talk?"
You'll have
And
to
I
hold
said
it up
yes.
to the microphone or speakerphone if they do. Yeah. Hi, how are you? What can I do for you? I can hear it now. Still have no word from the public affairs office at Camp Lejeune. Don't have anything yet on the shooting from 2 days ago involving a Jacksonville man who, former Marine, prior Marine, living at Tarawa Terrace with his wife, a Marine, and he was shot and he died, and by some members of law enforcement aboard Camp Lejeune. So it was not in the civilian community. The aboard the police, aboard the base, they have several law enforcement divisions. They've got the guys who patrol the civilian police officers hired by the government to be police officers, and then they have MPs, military police, and then they, of course, there are the investigative units, the CID, Criminal Investigation Division for the Marine Corps, and they have NCIS aboard Camp Lejeune. So we are reasonably sure we have the details, but we're not dealing with that until we know for sure. And we're certainly not dealing with the information, the lack of information, the misinformation, the stupidity that was posted immediately on Facebook, because we know that's fake. We know that it's not fake. It's false. It's a lie. And the people should be ashamed and should be held accountable by the rest of us. And once we get the real information, I will name names. You can't take it down because I got it screenshot.
Hey, Rayford, yes, a couple of days
ago. They don't want to talk to you?
No, they've not.
No, they'll call you late tonight.
Well, I'm trying to stay off my phone. Senate hearing erupts as an OBGYN refuses to answer the question if men can get pregnant. Did you watch any of that?
I didn't watch it. I will refuse to. That's a stupid question, but not answering it is a stupid answer, a stupid response.
Well, you know, she's an OBGYN representing physicians for reproductive health, and she refused to give a yes or no answer. Her answer was, "I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities." So that's where I pause.
Can a person not born a woman but claiming to be a woman give birth?
And Senator Hawley shared that the goal of the question is just the truth and to establish a biological reality. And her answer was always like, "Well, I take pause with this. She treats parents that don't identify as a woman and that using yes or no questions as a political tool."
The question is simply, can a person born as a man decides to swap over?
I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, or you're going to get AI.
Can a man have a baby? Let's see what we get. Cisgender men can have biological children without a female partner through collaborative reproduction. Are we just serious about this? But Robert Winston, a pioneer of in vitro fertilization, told London Sunday Times that male pregnancy would certainly be possible by having an embryo. I can't even read this. This is so stupid. And it says recent studies have shown that pregnancy is possible for transgender men who desire to have biological children and have received gender-affirming hormonal therapy. Now, we know you cannot have a child unless you have a uterus. You can't have a child unless you have ovaries. And who was the first man to give birth? Thomas Tracy Beatty is the first man to give birth, assigned female at birth. Betty came out as a trans man in early 1997. Well, I imagine if you did become a transgender and you were a man now, but you were born a woman, I imagine you could. Oh, here we go. Is it possible for a male to have a womb? According to AI, yes, a man can have a uterus due to a rare condition like persistent Mullerian duct syndrome. I can't read anymore. It's absolutely ridiculous. Uh-oh, here we go. Now, I just got a response from that text. Are you Kelly? This is my work number. Come over for lobster pasta sometime. I'm Alice.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, you're part of Kelly. Lee. Part of Lee.
I just
okay. We've got nothing new. WCTI is calling for bitterly cold Thursday here in North Carolina.
It's going to get
snow
cold
possible.
Tonight, yes. Yes.
For some this weekend. Snow's possible up in the Rockies this weekend.
Well, the mountains are going to get
next
hit.
Weekend too.
The mountains will definitely get hit.
They closed I-40 up near Greensboro again yesterday. You know, why did they have an I-40, an interstate highway running that close to Greensboro into a major city?
Oh, no.
You don't even want to be on it in a major city, but they do it everywhere. I-95 goes through Jacksonville, Florida, through Miami. It's just a pain in the butt because you got city traffic on it.
Here's a PSA. The Onslow Victim Center is putting on a family-friendly event to educate the community and raise awareness about human trafficking. Stand Up Downtown, Look Closer, Speak Louder is scheduled for noon to 3 p.m. on January 24th on Court Street in downtown Jacksonville. The idea for the event came after the organization took on more work involving human trafficking in the last year, said Julia Benefield, Onslow Victim Center Outreach Manager.
We need to get. I want to know. A lot of people do not know what human trafficking is. You know that we know about it. About the folks that are being sneaked across the border. By teams of individuals who make a lot of money off of it. That's human trafficking. But we need to know what all the laws are because you can do human trafficking here in Jacksonville from one side of Jacksonville to the other. It's done all the time or in any city in the country. So we need to get somebody in here to explain
get Meg Dennis in here. She is
what
the
it is.
Victim Center Executive Director. We'll see if we can get her. I'll call her today.
Jacksonville man, talked to WITN yesterday from his jail cell. After he was arrested over that weekend fight that sent 2 people to the hospital, including him. Tamale Washington is charged with shooting Kerry Williams early Saturday, late Friday night, about 1:30 in the morning or something?
Yes.
In the parking lot during a fight at the Montford Point Marines Association on Bryn Mawr Road. I'm still working on that one.
Right.
When officers got to the scene, they found Williams with gunshot wounds and provided life-saving care for him. He was taken to the hospital and he's expected to recover. Cool. Good. Washington is facing several charges, including assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury. He said he was not the aggressor. He told the WITN people, I defended myself. That's all I can say. His mother questions why her son had been charged, but not Williams, when her son was stabbed in the back of his body. So the guy with a gun, the guy that's in jail, was also stabbed.
But wasn't it said that one shot one and the one who got shot stabbed the other?
Yeah.
The shooter.
We don't know when the stabbing occurred, which came first, the jabbing or the shooting? That's going to be the question.
I don't know. Very interesting.
The mother makes a pretty good point in her chat with ITN. Said, if somebody was shot first, how can that person who had to have life support for him when the police got there, how can that person get up and stab someone else from behind? All those stab wounds, let's make it make sense, she said. I That's a great description. I don't know whether the other guy will be charged. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. I don't know what his status is, whether he's still in the hospital or not. The guy with the gun said he was stabbed in the back, the elbow, and the head. And he's recovering in the Onslow County Jail. But he wants to see Williams get charged as well and let them fight it out in court, which is what started the altercation. They call it an altercation. It was a fight between two guys. They've known each other for years.
Wow.
And they used to visit. The mama said he used to come over to their house, her house. We'd feed him all the time, and I know him well. She wants to see what happens next. Well, so do I. You know, what's going on there? That's right. That's a strange case all the way around.
Yeah, it is. And
but we do not know what the legal system is. We got one side of a story.
That's right.
We have no idea what the other side of the story is.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. What did you see the story about the man who was arrested and faces felony kidnapping and assault charges after a woman reported her kidnapping to 911? This was here in Onslow County.
No.
Matthew Allen Glover, 39, is charged with felony kidnapping, felony assault by strangulation, assault on a female, and interfering with emergency communication, said Sergeant Mike Sawyer with the Craven County Sheriff's Office. Sawyer said
who?
Sergeant Sawyer with Craven County, but I believe the woman is from Onslow.
I know, but Sergeant Mike Sawyer.
Yes. With Craven County.
He's a sergeant?
Is that the one that we've had? Oh. Sawyer said deputies were called to the area of US 70 and US 17 bypass on Saturday afternoon after a woman called 911 to report she was kidnapped. Now, said the deputies were unable to find anyone in the area, but further investigation revealed that the adult female had been kidnapped in Craven County and taken to Jacksonville. That's how Onslow got involved. Okay. The sheriff's department contacted the Jacksonville Police Department, who assisted in locating the female, who was found at a store in their jurisdiction with injuries consistent with an assault. The woman was treated by EMS at the scene and taken back to Craven County by deputies. Investigators with the sheriff's office identified Glover, who had previously dated the victim. Deputies found Glover at an address on Luke Court, New Bern, and took him into custody without incident. He seemed more like a domestic episode.
Gonna be more he says, she said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but she did report it as a kidnapping.
I got an odd one for you since we were discussing landfills this week.
What kind of doo-doo are you?
An avalanche of garbage and debris buried or trapped workers in low-slung buildings at a landfill in the Philippines. Killed 2, injured a dozen, and 36 are missing.
What?
13 people were rescued alive. One of them later died. A second body was discovered later. Rescue teams searching for 36 people still trapped after the mountain of garbage, earth, and debris collapsed on them. That happened Thursday afternoon in the village of Benaloo in some city there. According to officials there, the dead and missing were all workers at the landfill and at waste management facility there. One of those rescued, a female landfill worker, died while being brought to the hospital. Regional Police Director Brigadier General Robert Marinette. They got really weird ranks in their police department. Brigadier General.
In the police department?
Yeah, I question those things. The rest survived with injuries, hospitalized, according to the big boss. The body of a 25-year-old engineer who worked in the facility was recovered Friday afternoon. The collapse of the mountain of garbage unfolded rapidly. No warning. Good weather. It destroyed the office there of one of the office workers. He managed to extricate himself with bruises on his face and arms by crawling under the rubble and debris. Search and rescue efforts would proceed indefinitely in the facility, which has 110 people working there. Wow. It's garbage. It just, somebody did something wrong in designing that operation. That's all I can tell you. That's a mess. Up there in New York, the mayor So Ron, ma'am, Danny, still screaming and hollering, outrage over the arrest of a city council employee.
Well, a lot of stuff coming out about
Homeland
him.
Security shared that the individual arrested is an illegal immigrant with a previous arrest for assault. Now, he came on a work or a traveler's visitor's visa to the United States in 2017. That visa expired the same year. He had to be out of the country by the end of 2017. He has not been. Rafael Andres Rubio Borraquez, 53, is a criminal illegal alien from Venezuela, according to the Department of Homeland Security. The agency said that despite being employed by the City Council of America's largest city, he has no work authorization and was illegally employed. Now, if he was illegally employed by the city of New York because they did not do due diligence, why is the city of New York's go to the mayor? He didn't do it, but he's, buck stops there now because he's been there for over a year, been employed for more than a year. And he was employed as a data systems analyst. And he's from Venezuela. And he's illegally here. Came here on a tourist visa. The city maintains he got an extension. On a tourist visa, you don't get extensions for 7 years. You don't get to visit for 7 years, 8 years, whatever it was. Almost 9 years now. No, you're under arrest, and we want to know who hired you and how you got around this. That's what I would want to know. This is one guy I wouldn't deport right away. I'd put him in the box and get information from him.
Well, Alice just texted me back, the one that invited me over for lobster pasta, thinking I'm Kelly, and has
Does
said,
she say which Kelly, or how did she spell Kelly?
She spelled Kelly wrong, so I don't know.
Well, she spelled it with a Y, right?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so it's not our Kelly.
No. Said, I'm so sorry. I accidentally entered the wrong number. I hope I didn't bother you. If you're near New York, I definitely buy you a coffee as an apology, this is all bot.
It's a guy.
And it's spam. And I'm going to go ahead and block it now.
Yeah.
But, and I am so tired of getting texts, not phone calls, but texts from real estate agents saying, hey, do you want to buy your house?
Yes.
If you're interested in buying my house, come knock on my door. Do not send me a text. Do not call me.
I just always reply. Yeah, you got $1 million? Cash.
Well,
$1 million in cash and give me 60 days to get out, and it's yours.
If you're going to sit behind your desk and look for real estate, then you're not the agent I need.
No.
You need to get up, do your job. I'm tired of it. And lately, I've been getting so many of them. And of course, I'm sure that they're all bots or spam or hackers, whatever. But
if I'm going to sell it, I got a close relative that would be listing the house.
Oh, I know who would be taking. Yeah.
I know the work she does. And it's honest
several
work.
people, and it's going to be I'm going to have to do it low key. I want to do it low key. How about Pam Bondi? Pam Bondi said the Justice Department has authorized the seizure of a Washington Post reporter's devices in a classified leak probe, which has opened up reopened a debate over press protections and national security. But allegedly, this journalist had highly classified information that they should have never been privy to, and that the Justice Department argues that the material connected to a U.S. military operation could put service members' lives at risk. Okay, here you go.
There's
First Amendment.
Several things here.
It's a bedrock principle.
Well, yes, it is. However, it's just like with. Let me explain to you a couple of things. That little thing between a lawyer and his client.
Right.
Protected, right?
Right.
No, not all the time. If the lawyer has information about a crime that's coming up that his client has divulged to him, or a crime of national security or issue of national security, there is no protection. Okay.
This is going to be interesting to see
Same
what comes
thing
out
with
of this.
doctors.
Right. I
And
understand.
with reporters, the smart ones of us, knew that, first of all, we don't keep a bunch of stuff. And if we get something that I recognize is classified, I know is classified, I suspect is classified, no, sir, we're not going to keep it, we're not going to use it, and we're going to return it.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
That's a responsible reporter doing that.
Right. And journalists, they should be protected as far as that. But then again, if it's classified material that could jeopardize lives, you have to look at it. It's two sides to it.
If they've got it in their possession, they got it. They have it illegally.
Exactly.
They cannot legally have possession of it. So therefore, they are in possession of illegally gotten goods.
Well, they went in there and they seized her Garmin watch.
Good.
A work laptop. A personal laptop,
a Garmin watch, and
her phone.
I've got a Garmin watch.
Well, there
I ain't got no information on it except how much I walk.
It's probably, anyway. The Post reported that it also received a subpoena seeking information about communications between the contractor and other Post employees, prompting concern for the outlet's executive editor, Matt Murray. This is going to be a very interesting case, and it's going to be in the Supreme Court.
Information that comes from one person or people within the organization, unless it is revealing classified or top secret information. Nope. You can. It's not illegal for you to be given on your part. It's not illegal for somebody who wants to be a snitch, a whistleblower, to give you classified information. It's illegal for you to do anything or even keep it.
Well, this information was leaked, and it's classified information. It was leaked from a Department of War System administrator, Laganis, and
so they're going to use it as evidence against him.
They believe it was passed between him and the journalist, and he's accused of using databases and repositories to search for, access, and view a classified intelligence report related to a foreign country. He's accused of taking a screenshot of the report and printing it and passing it on.
There's no such thing as blanket. You can do anything you want to do.
Absolutely.
It's like free speech. It's not totally free all the time.
I agree. Stupid is, stupid does. How many times have we said that lately?
Yeah, and when you get into a police officer's face, like we see these frauditors doing, these officers have not been educated, or they're so afraid because the chief or the sheriff or whoever has told them they cannot react to things like that. When you get into his face and you incite a situation, son, you're on your own. Okay.
Right.
You're on your own when you do that, because at some point in time, all of the police in this country are going to be retrofitted with the correct information, and they're all going to have the same ability to respond in exactly the same way. You get in my face, you also have gotten too close to me for my safety, and you're going down.
Yeah.
I will push you back today. I did it down in Virgin Islands one day. Surprised 4 other people in the vehicle when we were standing outside, because this guy came up and he kept getting closer. I mean, I got my camera laying there on the front seat. We're getting ready to get into the car, and I just laid my camera on the front seat so I could get in. And this dude comes up. He's kind of dressed okay for an Islander, and he looks really neat and everything else. And he's got running shoes on. First thing I saw.
Right.
And then he kept getting closer to me and gets right up to me and right up to me. Now, he's no doubt faster than I am in running. And I said,
everybody's faster than me.
Dude, you're too close. Back away. Whatever you got, I'm not interested in. Back away. And one of our friends there with us said, why were you that rude to him? I said, did you not notice how close he was getting to my camera? Did you not notice that he could run, that he was tall, he had long legs?
Grab your camera and take off.
And he had running shoes on. Did you not notice any of this? That's why y'all lose your stuff and I keep mine. Okay, we're done. Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow is TGIF.
Thank goodness it's Friday.
The calm before the storm. Just kidding.
If you use anything tomorrow,
I'm not going to say the S
got
word.
A Q or an S in it. I'm going to bop you
I'm
from
just
here.
going to replace the words with white flakes. Hey, I'm right there with you. I just, I mean, if it's going to have bad weather,
Don't go talking bad about
Trump.
Trump by calling him a white flake. You're going to get calls from the deranged Trump syndrome people. Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
We saw quite a few people yesterday at an event we went to. A lot of leaders in the community.
Don't talk about it.
It was very
nice. One of those unannounced, hidden agenda items. No. We had a quorum of elected officials there from one governing body.
Legal.
That's your story.
Everything is
You
good.
didn't see them talking amongst themselves about what comes up next week?
No, they did not.
Yeah,
in fact, they didn't even all sit together.
You wait for the school.
You stop making up stuff.
Okay, it's fun. Well, I've had enough for today. I've created enough hate and discontent this week. So
yes, you have.
Huh?
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
But we love it.
We will see you next Monday. If there is any
tomorrow,
that too. We'll see you tomorrow. And if anything happens over the weekend, we will see you. In case it's stuff you've got to know, we will post it. We will either post it or we'll go live with it from here.
Rayford will do his emergency weather report if needed.
Yeah. Watch out. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. You're live and local Real Talk, where we're always awake. Unfortunately, never woke. Fortunately, see you in the morning.